My Plant-Based Story. Today we're with Austin. He is a competitive athlete and he's going to be sharing his plant-based story with us. Welcome today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So why don't you share with us a little bit about the background of you becoming plant-based? Is this a new thing for you? Have you been doing this for a long time?
When I first started athletic training and sports and things like that, I was not vegan or plant-based by any means, completely carnivore, and it was not fun, in all honesty. Although I performed decently well, so I thought, I always felt that I was lacking in recovery, lacking in between training sessions. The workouts took too much out of me. It didn't seem that I was progressing in the way that I could be progressing to the competitive level that I am now. So it was basically like a major barrier in my way. And being a young male, the thinking is you have to eat meat to get big and strong. Myself, I was never somebody to get massive, nor do I care to. I had a perfect weight that I'm very comfortable with, and I've even gained weight from going plant-based. Healthy weight, mind you, thankfully. But through my training and the whole becoming plant-based and going full vegan with it, it's been a remarkable experience. Like I said before, I couldn't recover well, I couldn't do all these things, but now I train twice a day, 6 to 7 days a week, so I'm roughly anywhere from 13 to 14 sessions of training a week at my competitive level. With proper recovery, I've consulted dietitians on this, my physician, therapist. I'm right as rain, I'm healthy, I'm functioning really well. I haven't been sick for about 2 years. And before I even went vegan, although I wasn't really getting sick, I would have sluggish periods. But now I've always had a steady, consistent state of mind, a steady, consistent health, feeling, things like that. My partner noticed my mood, my energy was better. After training, I wouldn't smell as bad. I know it's kind of a personal funny thing, but it's a thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I really think that plant-based athletics is, despite the stigma attached to it, you can really excel to a competitive level. Absolutely.
Do you have any role models or people that you watch that are competitive athletes that you admire or that you've kind of learned from about how to eat properly? Anything like
not so much, no. I have obviously people I inspire to.
Yeah.
They are not vegan, but it's more so their philosophical message, how they view life, how they view equality and gender, things like that. I get really keen on things like that. They just entertain me.
Yeah.
Since I live basically in the fitness industry with my education that I'm in and my formal and informal background and all the years of experience I've had, I don't really need a role model. It's more so I can fight myself and motivate that really well. Since I was about 12 years old, I've been interested in improving the body, preventing injury, prolonging longevity, health, things like that.
Yeah. And
in the past about 4 years, I really got keen on really advancing my training to that competitive level, which I am now. And I want to one day take this to an international Olympic level, which I'm keen on doing, and I very believe much so that I can, at the rate I am progressing right now. It's been such an incredible journey, it's been such a comfortable journey, and it's been a very moral journey. I've really felt a much better connection with my emotional side, how I just behave, how I treat people, things like that. And then from a routine-based point of view, my sleep is better. I'm not waking up feeling like 500 pounds. I'm not bloated. I didn't lose a single pound, but I lost a couple inches off my waist.
Yeah.
My clothes fit a little better, things like that. So it's been a very remarkable and shocking experience. The one that I was really hesitant to go into. But taking the leap of faith and jumping into the deep end really it's one of the greatest things I've done.
Yeah. So for some of those people who might be thinking some of those thoughts that you had earlier on, like, can I really do this? What's this going to be like? When you're thinking back on those thoughts, what would you have said to yourself then? Or what would you say to somebody who's considering it, but they still think it's impossible?
Well, it's like the age-old saying when it comes to things like that. If you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. And so when I looked at it with my dietary background and my knowledge of nutrition and things like that, I looked at it and I said, well, on Monday I was carnist, on Tuesday I was 100% vegan, and I noticed, besides the changes I just described to you, other than that, nothing. I went full speed with it, and the advice I would give to younger athletes or middle-aged athletes, advanced athletes even, if they're wanting to make this change, just go for it and just give it 100%. Like anything, give it all of your energy, give it all of your concentration, be passionate about it. And one of the major reasons I went vegan wasn't really so much for health concerns, because I was like, well, I've always been healthy.
Right.
I've always functioned well, I don't have any injuries, things like that. But for me, it was such an ethical thing. And the morale behind it, and growing up, I knew what was done for the most part to the other species that we consume.
Yeah.
But it was the severity and the quantity that was mind-blowing to me. And obviously with my partner introducing me to so much of it was shocking. And I've always thought I've been an animal lover. I've had dogs, pets all my life, right? Most pets, it's like all the ones you can name. But I would never extend it beyond those that I've actually cared for.
Right.
And so having that change really gave me a better perspective on life itself and on equality, not just amongst humankind, but all kind, earthlings, things like that.
Yeah.
So going back to your original question, I know I kind of went on a little tangent there, but to those athletes, it's 100% doable. The body is not complicated. There's a little differences between us. Some people are, Caucasian, African, whatever it may be, but we all have the same organs. We all need the same enzymes. We all need the exact same relatively amount of macronutrients versus micronutrients, things like that. And so if you're getting that, then you're getting that. Eat for your sport, eat for your body, eat for your performance.
Yeah.
But whether it comes from a piece of meat or a vegetable compound, your body doesn't decipher anything to be different. So it's completely doable.
Great. And is there a question that you find annoying? I mean, as plant-based eaters, we get asked a lot of questions that we, sometimes we're like, do I have to answer this? What's the question that you kind of, over time, you look forward to answering almost because you have, a great response? Or is it the where to get your protein question?
That one I got a little bit in my program, because my program has 75 people in it.
Yeah.
And 74 of them are not vegan. I'm the 75th that is. So when I first started, a lot of them were asking, like, where do you get your protein? How do you get enough calories? Excuse me again. Oh my gosh. And it was whatever in the beginning. I was like, sure, I don't care. I'm fresh, I'm new, I'm starting with it. Yeah, I'll answer all your questions. Now I just say, I make a joke about it. I just have fun with it sometimes. I just say to them, quoting that, I just absorb sunlight, that's all I do. Yeah, I just, half the time, if I know that it's a serious question, I'll take it very seriously and I'll answer them very seriously. But if I know it's a mockery question, I just poke fun right back.
Yeah.
And that's with anything really in life, is if there's people that are going to give you a non-serious question, give them a non-serious answer.
Yeah.
It deserves itself, right?
Yeah. Great. Well, this has been really insightful. I really appreciate you taking the time and sharing that with us. Is there anything that we can support you in as an athlete? Are you in your competitions or anything like that? Can we find you on Facebook or come rally you on anywhere?
I'm between competitions right now. I'm taking a little bit of a break. Other than that, you can look me up on YouTube. You can look me up on Facebook. I don't really post too much. I do have an Instagram account, but I don't use it a whole lot. It's just my first name, my last name, 200. Okay. So Austin Picard 200. I'm not really out there right now. Although I do compete, I'm not at that point yet where it's recognizable. I'm still placing pretty decently, but I'm not in that first three.
Well, we'll be on the lookout for you and cheering you on.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here.